Two, one. Welcome to another exciting edition of our LIFEshop product showcase. We got a special one for you, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that have just joined us, you probably noticed, wow, there's a lot of great products in the LIFEshop, our e-commerce platform. For those of you that have been with us a few months, you've seen it just grow steadily week over week over week. The gentleman I'm going to introduce you is really near and dear to the Nelo Life family because he was the first brand partner we brought in. We have our own Life Converted line of products. We decided, man, let's go out and get some really great brand partnerships. And this guy, when we were nothing, he's like, whatever. I could just see his eyes go, whatever, I get. I know, I hear it all the time. You're going to be a big deal, whatever. But we had a connection, and he's very passionate about his line of products and his company, BlackMP. He's a former NFL player, just all around great guy. Let's give a Nelo Life welcome to Darren Long. Let him feel the love. Come on, let him feel the love. There it is, Darren. Feel all the love. So real quick, we are going to talk about a brand new category. It is our pet health category inside LIFEshop. And I don't know about you all. I've been guilty of loving pets more than humans sometimes. I said it, Darren. I said it. All right. I love pets. I grew up with boxers, bulldogs, manly dogs. And my wife, for a couple years ago, she wanted to get one of these very expensive little designer dogs, a schnoodle. And she's grown on me. She's like having a little cat dog. And, you know, in terms of pet health, I think it's something we neglect. But here's what I want you to know as entrepreneurs. Those of you that are watching this, those of you that really want to appreciate the power of this space, pet health is projected to turn into a $500 billion industry by 2030. It grew tens of billions of dollars during COVID. It continues to grow. So this is a massive, massive industry and a place that's heating up the last 5 or 10 years. You see more and more gourmet pet health options, all those types of things. So without further ado, Darren Long, how are you doing today?
Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? Great to see you again, as always.
Always great. You're one of our favorites. Shh, don't tell our other partners, okay? All right. Darren, we got a lot of people that are joining each and every week. Would you mind just in a few minutes talk about your journey, the startup of BlackMP, your values, your mission, all those good things, and then we'll go specifically into your brand new pet health product.
Well, you know what? Just starting, Eric. Thank you. By the way, I wish I could wear a t-shirt, but it's very cold here. So, and those nice little waves behind you. Anyway, no, years ago, just out of the, coming out of the NFL, it was very hard for me. And what I mean by is I was riddled with all kinds of diseases and stuff, and I always was throwing it back at the NFL, from arthritis to whatever you want to name. I've had it. I felt like I had the flu every day and just nonstop. You can hear my joints going. So I was looking for something. And, my oldest son, DJ, he's the one that really started the brand. And my other two is Seth and Daniel, who just done a fantastic job here, but really helped me get this thing started and create a brand called BlackMP. And then I tell you, I got this together with him. I started working with some formulas I learned in college, and it just, I'll tell you, it just changed my life within 6 months. It took me 6 months. There's some people that just get this feel right away, but mine, it took that long. But anyway, I feel like a new person now. As science and technology is growing, we're learning stuff that normally would take 50 years. We're learning with this new AI, and I can't wait to really share about some of the news on the pet products that we just came out besides our products. But we're really changing the scope, and we're just really just scratching the surface of anti-aging. There's actually a revolution going on right now by, Dr. Lawton Tang, David Sinclair. And Dr. Tang and I had just taken to a whole new level on a lot of the research that Dr. Tang did, which started in humans or in animals and mice and stuff, with this new product called NMN. It's nicotamides mononucleotides. It's a very natural molecule, and we learned how to activate it. And now what's really interesting, Eric, is, I was telling people, how do you know this stuff works for pets? I go, well, that is where it all started. It started with mice, and then it started with different animals, cats, dogs, and stuff. And what I want to say, that I was reading a article on a research they had just come out with on pets. And Eric, you brought that up, and I've seen it all over. And that's what got me, what is this new movement of these personal small companies doing all kinds of stuff for their pets? Well, when I was looking at this research, I go, oh my God, now I know why. Pets are living half the age they did just a few years ago.
Wow.
I mean, half. Think about that. If a pet were to live, 15 years, they're only going to get 7.5. And the way this came together is, I'm thinking, I'm going, wow, we got to be very careful. Even the people are making all these new products, or these foods, natural foods, you got to be careful, because a lot of them can have bioengineered foods in it, and we're seeing a decline in American health. Thank God, what I saw yesterday or last night, that, man, we're going to make America healthy again. I'm very excited about jumping on that. And with the pets, this anti-aging that we add to it is a whole new level of pet health. And everybody's always asking, what will my pet experience? They're going to experience energy. They're going to experience good sleep. They're going to experience a calmness. They're going to experience a major boost of immunity, which that's what keeps a lot of these aging health problems in pets, or even in humans, is arthritis. That's going to be the first thing. It's going to be pain, and it's going to be low energy, and then that's when we all have a problem. And that's why I said that's our warning signs. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. I'm going to kind of go over a few things with the longevity of pets now that we know. I wish, if anybody ever gets a chance, go on David Sinclair, look at his research on animals, where they're putting mice. It all started with mice. They put twin mice, and you can see one had NMN and resveratrol in it. That's what activates NMN. And then on the other one, they just normally did it on exactly the same time frame. On these two twin mice, you could see the aging on this. In this one that wasn't on NMN, you could see it was turning gray. It was getting low energy. Why the brother of this was just going on and on and on and looking healthy. So, and we talked about an overweight mouse and a skinny mouse, and the overweight mouse outdid the skinny mouse, was on NMN. So yeah, no, this is very exciting stuff, and we got our pet on it. My son's the one that says, Dad, we ought to be doing a pet product. And I looked at him and go, why haven't we? I didn't even think about that. And this is where this came, and we want to lead the industry in pet health.
I love it, Darren. Yeah. And for those that have been with us, I mean, BlackMP is one of our top 3 selling products, right? Even with all the other products we're announcing, and the reorder rate's phenomenal. We've had great testimonials. But Darren, for those that aren't familiar with, humic acid, fulvic acid, and they look at specifically on the pet product, it says anti-aging, gut health, joint health, immune health, coat health. Can you talk a little bit about what's in the formulation, and then how it's directly going to benefit our furry friends?
Okay, so it's the same thing as we are too. We have to have the 3 major things, and they have to be natural. These cannot be manipulated in any way. That's going to be vitamins, minerals, and probiotics. That's our gut health. Humic acids, and there's all kinds of different deposits around the world. There's deposits in Russia, Turkey, I mean, everywhere. And these deposits all have different characteristics, and they're full of different types of minerals and molecules. And what's really interesting and neat about humic and fulvic acid is how small they are. We have to nanosize stuff with machines if we want to do vitamins or whatever, which is fantastic, because you're pulling out a lot of the purities anyway. But what's really interesting is humic and fulvic acid they're already nanosized, naturally nanosized. It's an amazing miracle how this works. My wife calls it life in a bottle when we drink it ourselves, because it really is. And there's so much that, I could actually spend days telling you the benefits of humic and fulvic acids. And And the only way to make those things really work is you got to have probiotics and enzymes in there and get that reaction where it's methylated. So every time that we're taking this stuff, we're not only, putting minerals back in our bones. The same with the pets; they're getting their minerals in the bones. A lot of arthritis is caused from lack of minerals in your bones. Once a lot of people that have serious arthritis problems, and whether it's even in the liver and in the kidneys, this is what we see: how it hydrates, as well as putting those minerals and the enzymes that's needed in that liver to actually make things filter all these garbage out, and with the help of folic acid, which is one of the awesome molecules for cleansing your cells out and also delivering nutrients. And that's what we have to look at. Anytime that we're taking humic acids, I got to tell you, you got to look at humic acids like a Velcro, right? It just surrounds your cells. And this is where we're going to not only get an immunity boost, but we're going to get an antiviral effect. And this means all kinds of viruses. There's so much study on humic acids and viral immunity, as well as a broad spectrum natural antibody. That's what humic acid is. So humic acid is very sticky. It surrounds your cells. And anytime a virus wants to come in and inject its DNA or RNA inside of a cell, that gets stopped. And this is why it's so important to have humic acids in your body every day, especially in the times we're living right now. We know, we're just seeing, what's the measles now in California is a big thing. All these types of different viruses are going to attack us. If you have humic acids always in your body, you're going to probably get infected. Sometimes you won't even know you've been infected because it goes away so fast. And if you do get infected, it's very light. I've experienced it, many years now. And I used to get sick every Thanksgiving and Christmas. I always got the flu. For years. I haven't had that since 2013 now. And it's just amazing that I can feel it too. You can, when your immune system's up as well, and this is what these molecules do, you're just going to get nothing but energy. You're going to have the greatest sleep. And I'm taking the same thing with human beings. It's going right over to your pets. They're going to experience the same thing. And this is such a viral immunity for pets as well. And anytime that we're learning even more and more about the research on NMN, it's mind-boggling. I wish I could tell you some of this stuff, but I can't. But the effects that they're saying in these studies on how it can mitigate, insulin resistance, how it helps fight cancers and tumors and all that. So we're learning the research. A lot of this you can get on PubMed, anyway, I sound like Joe Biden.
Online.
and that's where you get your, your research. You can really see for yourselves too. We have a great white paper, Eric. I don't even know if Daniel's probably going to send you a link if people really want to go look at our white paper on pets. This thing is amazing. It's all researched. It's all the stuff that we know that we can put in there. And, we got 3 dogs. I love my dogs. And we make our own food too. We do our, rice and chicken and stuff, organic, by the way. But a lot of times, even those things don't have the nutrients that it needs. That's why we add it. So every morning, I put this in the rice. I'll put I'll go straight out and put it into the food and into the water, and all the dogs just run to the water. So I know it's effective.
Well, let's talk about that since you brought it up, because I'm a little jealous. Some of our members have gotten their BlackMP pet concentrate before me, and it's been pretty amazing because a few have been posting pictures and videos of their dogs specifically that were kind of lethargic, and like by day 3, 4, I mean, one lady even took the dog out for a long walk, and the dog had not done that in a long time. But what's the best way? And I'll just tell everybody what I did. I got my BlackMP concentrate. I drew mine first thing in the morning, and then I put it this morning the first time in Bella's water bowl. And she came right over and she kind of sniffed around and she just started drinking it. So what are the different applications? How can we get our pets to ingest this?
It's the easiest way to do it. You can, for me, I put it in the water, and also every morning when I make Archie's my Frenchie. Oh, that dog is something else. But anyway, I will. I put several. I'll put 2 milliliters or 2 dropperfuls in the food, and I'll put a couple in the water. But I always want to put 2 dropperfuls, even 3 dropperfuls in the food every morning, and then in the water, because the dogs will just they'll drink it until they get it. Now, here's one thing you're going to find out too with the pets is they're going to have a little less water consumption because they're so hydrated all the time. And that's what you want. That's the same with us too. We want to be hydrated all the time. And anytime you're hydrated and you've got the proper minerals in your body, your blood is now running like water, not like honey. And that same is with the pets as well. So you always want to keep them hydrated. This goes for anything we do, whether it's a plant, every living organism, everything that has life has to have minerals, and it has to have bacteria in order to survive and be healthy. And that's what we've done. So the best way, Eric, is just put it in the food and in the water. You cannot overdose it. You cannot overdose it. This is totally safe for your pets. It's totally safe for you. If even people that have had cancers and stuff that've taken our stuff, they drink a lot of water. And sometimes I'm talking like 20, 30 bottles a day. It's a little too much. Then some of them can start feeling like they're going to get leg cramps, or a little very light. You don't get them, but that's kind of a warning sign that, hey, you're a little bit too high in your pH. But then it comes right back down, but it's totally safe. And that's the same with the pets as well.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I'd encourage everybody to, research this fact. Aaron brought it up. I didn't realize it, although I guess it's intuitive. Our pets are not living as long today as they were decades ago. It's very fascinating, right? Even with all the additional treatments and, food. So Darren, probably the last biggest question, are people like, what can I expect, Darren? Is like, am I going to revive my dog from the dead overnight? Is my cat going to suddenly, be frolicking around? Although it's a new product, you got the white paper, we'll get that out to our community. What's a realistic, timeline, or some things people might notice in their pets after consistent use?
Right away, I'd say within the first 7 days, kind of like human beings, they actually start feeling really good. Depends on how old and how sick they are. A lot of times, if they're older and they're sick, or they have health issues, they're going to feel it right away. I've seen it. I think I told this story before. My daughter and her dog got distemper, little puppy, and took her. She called me crying. I said, "Well, take her to the vet, see what's going on." She did. Vet says there's nothing we can do. It's way too dehydrated. And I said, Amanda, all you got to do is just take. I dropped off a bunch of stuff to you when I was in Arizona. Just take a couple of dropperfuls and just shove it down your puppy's mouth. And she did that. And she calls me at 6 o'clock that night, and she goes, "You're not gonna believe this." And I just started laughing because I knew what she was gonna tell me. And she goes, "This dog is out there playing with all the other dogs like nothing happened." And it goes back to the vet, and even vet was fascinated with it. This happened with a dog that was locked into a good buddy of mine that Jess Castillo owns in Morgan Hill. He owns a winery up there. And he accidentally left his dog in the car on a hot summer night, almost died. The vet said the same thing. Jess gets water down his big old dog. And I'm telling you, the very next day, that dog was totally normal. They thought he would have brain damage because of it, and it was totally normal. And you got to hear him tell the story, and it just blew him away. So a lot of times, depending on the health issue, you're going to see it very quickly. If you got a very healthy dog now, or a cat, or any type of pet, it may be 7 days, but you're going to see an energy upbeat, but not in the way. It's almost like a calm energy, and that you can just see that it's well-being. That's the best thing. They're feeling that well-being in it, just like we do when we take this on us for a little while.
Love it.
Thing is viral immunity, because dogs are always getting sick, and cats and feline distemper. Keep this in your dog, and you're not gonna have to worry about distemper and feline cancer with cats.
Love it. Are there any pets that are off limits? I'm getting messages. I have a hamster. I have a reptile. I have a horse. I have a dog. I have a cow. I mean, are there any, other than domestic pets, are there any potential benefits to other furry friends?
Everything. every living organism that has this will be healthy. I can just tell you that's a fact. And that's because it's full of minerals, vitamins, and probiotics, or good bacteria for that. Anytime you can have that, it doesn't matter, whatever's living and walking around.
I love it. So everyone, here's what we got, okay? If you go to your LIFEshop, you'll see the brand new pet health category. You click on that. You do not have to go and pay $90. You can get it for $50 here. What a great time during the season of giving, friends. Think about getting a gift card, maybe a $10, $25, $50 gift card saying, hey, I know you love your pet. I want to buy your first or subsidize your first BlackMP amazing product there. So you can find that right in your LIFEshop. Darren, we love you, buddy. As always, what we encourage people to do, this is what, if you go back to our first Zoom together, our first LIFEshop product showcase, we didn't go out, make these crazy medical claims. We're not going to do that here, but we really encourage everybody, hey, try BlackMP for a month. And it was amazing to see people step out on faith and how many have used the human consumption as a tip of the spear to bring people into our ecosystem. Now we have a powerful additional tip of the spear, bring them in. It's our first, it'll be our superior pet health product. So Darren, we love you, buddy, and just happy that you're aligned with the Nelo Life community and movement, brother.
Same here, Gary. Just love you, man. You're great. You are full of energy and life, and you can see it. I love that, man.
My BlackMP, man. I take it every day, every night. The BlackMP. All right, guys, have a great day. Show Darren Long some love. We'll try to get out to our official kickoff in Orlando in March. Darren, to carve out March 6th to the 8th. We need you out at our official kickoff. Okay, buddy?
All right, ma'am.
All right. God bless you guys. Go Nelo. Thank you.